Hi everyone, I'm Rini from MBA student class of September 2021, and I would like to share about what I have learned in global economy and international business class taught by Professor Wesemble and Ibu Dr. Yulita Susanti. So I will start my screen. Here we go. So these are the course outline from week 1 until week 7. In the first week, we learn about introduction to global economy, and then after that, global trade, international finance, international issues in global economy, introduction to international business, international strategy, and last but not least, international business function. So I will start from the first week, the introduction to international global economy. In the first week, we learn about 2,000 years of the long history of global economy in one chart. The chart tells the story about the changing share of global economy in one country from the ancient time until now, where India and China are making their comeback to be the largest economy throughout the history. There is also a term of Chindonesia, meaning that China, India, and Indonesia. These three big countries seen collectively as the most important developing economies with the best growth markets for investors. After that, we learn about the changing of old economy to new economy. This includes new market structure, industry structure, firm structure, and the new business model. There are also three pillars of new economy that are cost reduction, better customer service, transparency, and competition. Moreover, we also get an insight of VUCA and TUNA. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguity, while TUNA stands for turbulent, uncertain, novel, and ambiguous. And the last, we learn about Schrodinger's cat. Basically, Schrodinger's cat is a simple term. For example, if you place a cat and something that could kill the cat is radioactive atom in a box and seal it, you would not know if the cat was dead or alive until you open the box. So no one knows if any scientific theory is right or wrong until said theory can be tested or proved. Moving on to the next week, we learn about global trade. In this section, we learn about tariff and quota, income and labor standards, environmental standards. So what does that mean? Tariff is a tax on imports, while quota is physical limit on import quantity. It can be a set amount or percentage. Quotas can come in many forms. For example, import licensing requirements or voluntary export restraint. Furthermore, there are also consumer and producer surplus. Consumer surplus is the value of good or service that is in excess of what a consumer has to pay, while producer surplus is the revenue received by producer that is in excess of the minimum they need to produce a given amount. We also learn about absolute versus comparative advantage. Absolute advantage is the ability to produce a specific product more efficiently than any other nation, while comparative advantage is the ability to produce a specific product more efficiently than any other product. And week 3, we learn about international finance. So in this section, we discuss about international finance. This section includes international financial management, international monetary and financial environment. There are 4 risks in international business. The first one is currency risk, commercial risk, country risk, and cross-cultural risk. After that, we look into currencies and exchange rate. Exchange rate is price of one currency in terms of another. In some cases, most currencies are not very convertible. For example, the dollar, yen, pound, euro are hard currencies that universally accepted and preferred in international transactions. And the last, we look into Bretton Woods Agreement, which set the course for contemporary global financial relations that established the IMF and World Bank. So Those are for the week 3 and the week 4. We have learned about international issues in global economy. So in this course, we talk about subprime mortgage crisis in 2007 until 2009, where it initially arose in the US when investors lost confidence in the value of securities from bank, lenders, and insurance companies, become volatile, and stock market crashed worldwide. This affected many national economies, sank into recession, and the world economy experienced sharp declines in consumer wealth, economic activity, and international trade. And the 5th week, we learn about the introduction to international business. In this course, what is international business? International business is business transaction between parties from more than one country. For example, buying and selling raw materials, finished goods or service around borders, operating factories or facilities overseas, borrowing money from one country to finance operation. And the level of international business are, the first one is domestic business, which means a business that acquires all its resources and sells its product or services within a single country. And the second one is international business. This means a business that is primarily based in a single country that acquires some meaningful share on its resources or revenues or both from other countries. And the third one is multinational business. This one that has a worldwide marketplace from which it buys raw materials, borrow money, and manufactures its products, and to which it subsequently sells its products. And the global business, meaning that a business that transcends national boundaries and is not committed to a single home country. Moving on to the week 6, we got knowledge about international strategy. What is international strategy? International strategy is a set of actions that managers take to make best use of the firm's resources and core competencies and gain competitive advantages. There are 3 strategic objectives: efficiency, flexibility, and learning. 4 strategies emerging from the integration responsiveness framework. In the international strategy, there are also 4 types of international business: home replication, localization, global strategy, and transnational. And the last week, we learned about marketing and the global firm. So this includes the environment of international business. This is influenced by the cultural, social, political, legal, and regulatory environment of international markets, influences the way that firm develops, adapts, and markets product and services. Global marketing strategy. This includes customer segmentation and positioning. Segmentation is the process of dividing the firm's total customer base into homogeneous clusters that allows management to formulate unique marketing strategies for each group. And standardization and adaptation. Standardization is an effort to make marketing program elements uniform so as to target entire regions of countries or even the global marketplace with a similar product or service, while adaptation is modifying elements of the marketing program to accommodate in individual foreign markets. For example, industries in automaking, publishing, and furniture. So guys, that's all the highlights of what I have learned in global economy and international business class. Special thanks to Prof. Roy and Ibu Yulita for teaching me those materials. During the lecture, I've got so many insights and knowledge about international business. Since the class environment is very interactive, which everyone in the class I encourage to give their opinion and make mistakes. We also have been given so many excitement that will be sharpen our analytical thinking. So that's all what can I deliver. Thank you so much for watching my video and bye.